All right, so before we get started, make sure you've got yourself a ruler and something to write with. Once you've done that, we're going to go through the 4 representations. I'm going to start where I've got my information, which is right here. The rule is given in this case. And I notice I've here for reference, I've got y equals mx plus b. So the number next to the x is the m. So I know my m, my slope, is a -3. Plus b, so my b value in this case is plus 11. So that part's pretty simple to fill out. Now let's move over to the table. So we've got a couple of different ways that we can use to fill out this table. If you want to use the rule and do the math, you can. So I will do x equals 1, like that way. So y equals -3 times x, which is 1, plus 11. -3 times 1 is -3. -3 plus 11 is 8. So there's one way to do it. But also, we can use the rule in how the pattern changes. I know that b is my figure 0, so there's an 11. And now notice, my growth is -3. And look, 11 minus 3 is 8. So I can just continue subtracting 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 minus 3 is ... -1. All right, I'm going to go clockwise. I'm going to continue now down to the graph. So down here on the graph, I can use my table or my rule. I'm going to go with the table. So let's check to see how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have to get up to 11. I think I've got enough. So I'm going to count by ones in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, I will have enough. And notice, even though I'm creating a scale, I don't number all of them. Now, I can just go straight 1, 2, 3, 4. I often don't do that, but I will this time just to be a little bit different. So I've labeled 0 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 0, 11, I'm going to put my dot. 1, 8, so there's 1, 10, 9, 8. 2 is 5. 3 is 2. And 4 is -1, which is not on here, but I can go down 1 off the grid a little bit, right? And now I will connect my dots. And this is why we want the ruler. And put an arrow at the end. And technically, arrows actually go on both ends. You can continue in that direction. The last thing we need is a tile pattern. So figure 0 through figure 3. And what I want to think about is, what is the best way that I can show shrinking by 3 every single time, which makes a pattern? And I know that if I'm starting with 11, I've got 3 groups of 3. So I'm going to start with that for figure 0. Here's figure 0, so 3 groups of 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I've got to decide what do I want to do for 10 and 11. I'll just put 2 on the side like this. Okay, so let's try figure 1. And now notice, because I have 3 going horizontally and vertically, I can choose how to take those off. And I think I'm going to, just since these 2 are vertical, I'm going to go vertical. So I'm going to get rid of these 3 for the next one. So figure 1 is going to have 2 columns of 3. And my other 2. And make sure, like these are kind of hard to see, so make sure to use thick enough lines that you can actually see it. So then if I'm going the same thing, and remember, the tile pattern should have repetition, right? So if I'm taking off the left-hand column, that means I'll be taking those 3 off. So let's look at figure 2. I've got 1 column of 3. And after this, I'm going to check in with my table and make sure I'm getting things right. And I notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at figure 2, I should have 5. Let's check up here. Figure 2, I have 5, so I'm still doing good. Figure 3 has 2 on there. So Figure 3 has 2, so I'm taking those off. It's just these 2, right? Now, I don't have to do figure 4, so I don't have to worry about that -1. But there are all 4 representations for the first one.